Ever been to a family reunion? You meet cousins and kinfolk you never knew you had, and hear stories, both wonderful and horrifying, that tell you who your family is and who you are. A family reunion came to mind this week as I attended the biennial meeting of the Presbyterian Church USA General Assembly. Ministers and elders from all over the country come to deliberate and take actions on issues of church and world. In addition, global partners and ecumenical delegates, along with seminary students and youth, join them to provide broad perspectives on justice, peace, environmental concerns, and flourishing for all God's children. Typically, only the hot button issues get mentioned in the newspaper, but far more interesting was learning about ministries and mission in which the church is engaged throughout the world. We discussed divestment from fossil fuels, gun violence, and racism. We heard about congregations leaving the safety of the sanctuary and taking the church out into the community to listen, learn, and act. Now, just like your family and mine, we don't see eye to eye on these important matters, but we're determined to talk about them and come to some common ground upon which to do something. And our support for one another doesn't depend on agreement. Cranky, critical Aunt Eleanor is just as beloved as great-grandfather John, whose wisdom is dispensed with humor and acceptance. Each assembly has a theme, and this one, the hope in our calling, seemed especially relevant in the shadow of Orlando and the conflictual political season in which we find ourselves. There were multiple opportunities to discuss the things that give us hope. And turns out there are a lot of reasons to hope. From the conviction that God is working through this crazy family to accomplish God's purposes on earth as it is in heaven, to the amazing grace of cousins in Orlando, in Chicago and New York City, in Waco, Texas, and Denver, Colorado, who are doing justice, loving kindness, and walking together day by day. At my family reunions, we pay a lot of attention to the newest members, the babies. Whatever else we do, those little bundles tease out a smile and a joyful outlook on everyone. It's a sure sign that, flawed though we are, God is not finished with us. There's more to come. Thanks be to God.